Hi everybody, it's Johnny P, the Stonegate Success Coach. It's Tuesday, it's push the stop button day. I'm going to take over the reins for a couple of weeks from Kate. Obviously, being the Stonegate Success Coach, I'm really passionate about people's psychological well-being and obviously physical fitness as well. So my intention is for the next couple of weeks is I'm going to give you some tools to work at. We've looked at different kinds of techniques and approaches we can take when it comes to our own mental and physical well-being. You know, we talked about mindfulness, we talked about exercise, the power of music. What I'd like to do now is start to equip you really with some tools that you can use. And again, this is self-choice, and a tool is only as good as its job that it actually does. So what I've actually done now is on this page, I'm going to post a Dropbox folder, and every week I'm going to add a new tool that I use and I use with other people in my coaching. And this week we're going to look at a very simple tool, and it's called a get to it plan. Because I'm really passionate about imposing structure on ourselves, especially when things are out of control and our structures are broken down, which they certainly have, especially in this third lockdown and all the challenges and the adversity we've been facing. And we've been feeling a lot of it out of control, and I'm going to try and bring some control back. So the first tool is really about a daily and weekly plan. It's very simple, and that's the key thing about these tools. They're very simple to apply. There's not a lot of complexity into them, and everybody can do it if you so choose. Again, if you think this is going to add value and it will give you some direction maybe, well, that's great. And if it helps you, that's even better. So let's talk about this tool, the Get To It plan. This is all around intention and action plan. So I'm going to start with intention. When sometimes we don't have an intention, we have a tendency to drift. When we don't have intentions to do things, and especially when they're not written down, it's very easy to get distracted, and our minds get distracted by many, many things. Think about all the distractions out there. So this plan is a daily plan. It's like a checklist, and I see this every day. This is in my folder. I have about 15 minutes every morning. I look at my plan and I tick my things off. But it also, by looking at this plan, what I've decided to do daily and also weekly, helps me give some clarity around the intention and then the action that I'd like to do. And this is also about impose. So this impose word I'm going to use quite a bit is in imposing a structure upon yourself and actually taking responsibility for it. So sometimes when we get up every day and every day seems the same and we haven't really got a purpose, we have a tendency maybe to drift, or we have a tendency to feel out of control. And with that brings lots of different emotions, lots of stories that our mind starts to generate. So this tool's great for imposing a structure. And I like to work in threes. So impose a structure, but then order your day. So this brings some order to our days using this Get To It plan. You can start the day by looking at it and say, okay, so what was my intention? What did I write down? What have I promised myself to do? And then you can get moving. And that might be a simple thing as like having a glass of water when I get up, making my bed, having 10 minutes in the morning before I start to look at any screens. Having, some time with my family in the morning, setting aside 30 minutes, making sure that I'm not distracted by anything. It might be going for a quick 20-minute walk. You decide. That's your accountability about what you want to put in the plan. So then prepare to act is another strong statement that you can really work on. When you've got a plan in front of you, think of all the times when you've had that action list and you've ticked it off and how good it feels. Having a plan is really good because it imposes structure, it brings order to our days. And then start to actually utilize that plan and put it into place is so, so powerful. And it becomes a habit. And look, there's going to be some days where we don't do our things on our list. And that's not the time then to give up, because our mind starts to generate this story, go, oh, well, you missed your actions today. Why don't you give up? Why don't you start next week? The key thing here is patience in the process. Just reset. It's only a slip. It's not a fall. And then you start again. And you look at your plan and you say, right, my intention was this. I'm now going to do these actions. The key thing about this plan as well, you've got to see it. You've got to see it. It's got to be somewhere visual. So wherever you know is going to be a good place where you're going to look most days, you might put a time in the morning and say, right, the first 10 minutes in the morning, I'm going to look at my plan. Or it might be a review at the end of the night. Review how your day's gone, but then also talk up tomorrow, saying, well, actually, I've got these things on my get to it plan. And these are the things that I'm going to promise myself that I'm going to go to tomorrow. So then look to yourself. This is up to you. It's entirely up to you. You know, this tool, it can stay in that folder, not a problem at all. Or you might think, oh, actually, yeah, if I print this tool out, that's really going to help bring some order into my day and bring some control. So I want you to look to yourself, not to anybody else. Don't go into blame mode saying, oh, this happened, that happened, so-and-so did this, so-and-so did that. It's on you. That's the key thing about this first tool. It's on you to print out the tool or use it electronically, because you can do that as well, and start to apply it into your world. If you see it has benefit and value, because if you don't see it has any benefit and value, you're not going to do it. I get that. And look, every tool that I'm going to introduce over the next 2 or 3 weeks, some will resonate and some won't. So don't put pressure on yourself that you've got to use these tools. I just wanted to equip you with some tools to help face the situation that you might be facing. And everybody's facing different ones, guys. Let's be honest. Everybody's got their adversity and challenges to face. I'm not making comparisons. I'm not making judgments. I really want to give you some tools to help you get through what you need to do, and then hopefully bring some order and structure into your days. So that's it, really. For the next 3 or 4 weeks, on Tuesday, push the stop button, slow everything down. I'm going to introduce you some tools. The Dropbox link is in the actual post. That'll just take you straight to my Dropbox. And within there'll be these tools. They're in PDF. You can print them, obviously, or you can use them electronically. So what I've done is actually made them editable so you can use them on your computer or your phone or your laptop. Entirely up to you. Or freedom of choice. If you don't want to do it, no issue at all. Not a problem. You might be in that state of mind where everything's happening. It's all good. I feel comfortable. I'm moving forward. I'm in control. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with on this first post is today I will. Very, very powerful 3 words. Today I will. Make a personal commitment to yourself. And that might be around your plan. It might be today I will complete all the actions that I put down on my plan. Or it might be today I will and just pick one action, and that's a must do. And you feel stronger, you feel more in control. Doesn't matter all the chaos that's happening around us, you actually start to bring some control into your life. You start to what I call impose it on ourselves through a structure and a process. And then have patience, guys. Don't get distracted. Don't let the mind drift you off somewhere else. Keep with your plan, make it a habit, and you start to feel the value in it. Anyway, look, this is the Push the Stop Button Tuesday. I'm really glad to be taking over for a little bit. Kate's done some amazing posts, some really powerful stuff that I've taken on, especially around music, what I play in the morning now. I've changed my music playlist for sure, made it a little bit more upbeat. When I'm getting a little bit down, I take a little bit of time to do some mindfulness, some really, really great stuff in there. So again, I really want you to think about psychological well-being and actual physical fitness. How are you getting yourself? And this is non-stop, guys. Everything I'm going to talk about over the next 2 or 3 weeks is non-stop. This isn't just a little bit of a process that you do for a couple of weeks and then stop. Actually, this is something that you could adopt for the rest of your life, and that's a really important bit. So look, have an amazing week, and I'll speak to you soon, and I hope you enjoy the first tool, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Take care for now.